I'm gonna do my version of a meal planning, prep, grocery haul type video. No, we don't need the mango. And he's just here for the samples. Look at this thing. It's bigger than my head. It's the cheapest place you can get stuff like this. This giant bag of Honeycrisp apples for 10 bucks. So stick around to see the things we eat and plan to eat and all the things, meal preppy, grocery, haul-y stuff. Okay? Okay, bye. Hi, I'm just making some lunch. I just did a video a little while ago saying that I'm not gonna do a grocery haul video because I don't understand why you people like them. And then all of you told me why. So now I have a better sense of the kind of things you wanna see. You wanna see the kind of foods we eat to understand things that you could buy, to eat whole food, plant-based, stuff that we do have in our country that you might not have wherever you live. Or maybe things that are in my Costco that aren't in your Costco, etc., etc. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of a bit of maybe an epic grocery haul meal planning kind of video because this is the weekend where we're going to the farm, which means that I'm gonna go to the market, I'm gonna go to Costco, and then at some point we'll need to probably stop by a grocery store, maybe even a bulk store to top up on some of those items. So I'll give you a little view of all of those things that we buy over the course of this weekend for our week. A lot of you in the comments have said that you would like to see how we plan our meals for the week. A lot of that comes down to what's going on in our lives. And, am I doing a video for a recipe review? In which case, I'm usually doing a couple recipes out of that, if not all of our recipes out of that. I haven't made our meal plan for the week. That's something I'll probably do tonight in my PJs while I'm watching TV. And you probably don't want to see that. But the kind of meals we try to make every week are things that make leftovers. So Wooly can take them to school the next day, or the kids can, although they rarely do. There's also, our kids' school has hot lunch programs and whatnot, so they often get those things. So our lunches generally end up being leftovers from our meals the night before, or I eat one of these things with, a rice cake and some hummus and some vegetables and whatnot. And that tends to be my lunch most days, leftovers. Not that exciting. Breakfasts around here tend to be grains with fruit, nuts and seeds, and like a plant-based yogurt. Not really into savory breakfasts around here, although every now and then we'll make like a tofu scramble. So really where our food gets exciting and interesting is around dinner time. So once we get all the haul and I see what I can actually get, I'll let you know what we're gonna make over the next week. To give you a sense of how we're going to use some of these groceries. So in terms of the meal planning, like I said, I do that. So I will write down in a note app on my phone everything that I need in the produce section, the aisles and frozen food section, and then I'll have a separate section for Costco and for the bulk store, and I'll put those all in there. So, I do plan for all of our meals. I write down all the ingredients we need. I try to be smart, and if one recipe is calling for something that I'm gonna have leftovers of that vegetable, I try to use it in something else so nothing's going to waste. Anything that has fresh herbs, I try to make sure I can use those up over the course of the week. If not, they end up in my broth bag. Try to plan a variety of meals so that everyone's happy throughout the week because our family has different tastes.
Really good.
Oh,
That's good.
Oh,
holy cow.
Little bland.
yummy.
Usually for the end of the week, I leave it open for Friday nights. I usually leave that to be like a stir fry or a soup because then I can just grab whatever's left in the fridge, any vegetables that are going sad or haven't been used, and I can kind of just make a stir fry up or a soup up or a stew up. So generally speaking, I tend to try to always have some rice or some rice noodles on hand so we can make up a quick stir fry at the end of the week to use up stuff. We tend to go grocery shopping on Saturdays or Sundays or a combination of the two because that's just how our lives work. It makes it easy that way. And grocery stores tend to have better stocked shelves on those days. I don't necessarily assign which meal is going to be on which night of the week, although sometimes I do depending on how busy or crazy our week is and if I need a quick meal for one night. I tend to, shift that up depending on if any vegetables need to be used up. But I do plan the meals out so that way we're not wasting any groceries. And then I top it up with, things like fruit that we can just pick up and grab, extra snacking vegetables like baby carrots and snap peas, snacky things that the kids can put in their lunches, like these kind of things, which we probably won't buy this week because we have an extra bag over there. So that kind of covers the meal planning portion, I think, a little bit. If you have any other questions about that or things that I said were confusing, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll include that in another video at some point. Just interrupting my own video very quickly because I didn't do any shout outs when I did the introduction here earlier, because it's a different kind of video. Anyway, I'd love to say hello to a couple of you in the audience. Brian from Liverpool, New York. Suzanne from Bellevue, Washington. Carrie from Lincoln, United Kingdom. Susan from Lincoln, California. Libby from Newport, Tennessee. Rowan from Melbourne, Australia. Joanne from Tennessee. Becky from Windsor. Holly from Sacramento, who wanted to give the River City a shout out. Woo woo, River City. Joyce Lahola from California. And Miss Wilson from Chicago. To get a shout out here on the channel, all you gotta do is let us know who you are, where you're watching from. Ideally, you're a member of our Mighty Network, because those people get priority shout outs, along with a bunch of other really awesome things. Details are right here over where I'm talking. We also did something really fun with our audience members, where we've been holding a t-shirt contest over the last little bit, where you all got to submit ideas for t-shirts. So stick around, because a little bit later on in the video, I'm gonna reveal the winners. Now to the haul. We just got back from market. Wherever you live, look and see if you've got a market, and markets vary. Like the one in Toronto, I would say is a Shishi fancy market.
Well,
and
the one in Toronto.
Well, the one near our house in Toronto. It's just, there's not really any deals. There is a place in Toronto called the St. Lawrence Market that apparently if you go near the end of market, you get great deals. But we've been a few times, but not enough to really talk about it. Let me show you what we got, and I'll kind of explain what we're gonna use it for a little bit, but I'll also probably just show you the finished meals we make this week, of which some will be in recipe review, cookbook reviews we're gonna do later on. These blueberries are a crazy price. Like there's these three, what are these, a pint? So 3 pints of blueberries for $5, which is pretty crazy. Now the problem with some of these fruits that you get at these quick deals is that if you don't use them that day, they can start to go funky, especially the raspberries, although these raspberries look really good. This is $5 as well for less. I don't know what that is. Is that a pint, basically? So the raspberries are more expensive. How much were these grapes? Do you remember?
$5.
$5 for this giant bag of grapes.
In a store, these are like $3.99 a pound.
Yeah, so that's a great deal. And these kiwis, this is $4 for this big bag of kiwi. It's funny, the peppers this week were a lot more expensive. They're still super cheap. This bag of peppers was $10. 2 weeks ago when we came, it was $5 for more peppers than that, but they're really small. Still, peppers are crazy expensive right now, so that's still a good deal. So the fruit is all for snacking or for breakfast, usually. I think we're gonna make a crisp, like a berry crisp for dessert tonight.
Yeah, we are.
So some of those fruits will end up in there, as well as some of the fruits we're gonna use. This spinach, I'm gonna make a pesto tonight, but I still need to get some basil and some peas from the grocery store to make that happen. Some of the things you'll see from some of these vegetables and fruits are what they call seconds, which is like there's slight imperfections in the fruit or the vegetables, so they sell them a lot cheaper, which is what we buy because then you get volume.
And you get that from the farmers themselves.
Yeah, the farmers themselves sell that. And they'll
always the best to get it from the farmer.
And what's great is they'll walk you through what the blemishes are and what they mean and how they're actually not all that bad. So these mushrooms are what they call cooker mushrooms. This was $6 for this giant bag. This will probably last more than this week, so that's great. Willie's starting to fire.
Really good.
So these pears, for example, are seconds. These are Bosque pears. I mean, there's little divots in them and stuff, but big, beautiful, delicious pears. And how much were these? $4 for this big bag of pears. The carrots, this is $5 for this big bag of carrots. This will last probably 2 or 3 weeks. These cucumbers were $4. This big bag of cucumbers. In the store, this would be double or triple that. This cabbage was $2.50. Look at this thing. It's bigger than my head. That cabbage is gonna be great because we can use it in stir fries, if I make a soup, and that'll last more than this week too. That'll last for a long time. This ginger, big, beautiful hunks of ginger. This is like $1.25 for these 2 pieces together. Gorgeous garlic was $5 for like 5-6 cloves of garlic in here. Big, beautiful, fresh garlic. And local garlic, which is the best. It's gonna be so tasty. What else am I missing? This was a bit more expensive than I expected. This was $2. Normally,
I it's like 3 for $1.
3 for $1, so that was an anomaly. Cherry tomatoes I mean, these are the kind you would get in the store, but they had, I think they're $1 or $2. This is the best deal of the market, though. We got a bag of Honeycrisp, this giant bag of Honeycrisp apples for $10. That would be easily double the price in the store. And the reason was because they're seconds. So if you see these little blemishes, what did he say? They were just like lack of calcium?
Yeah, some of it's lack of calcium, some of it's like a little bonk.
A little bonk, a little stone, but they don't cause bruises.
Well, this one's a little bruised.
Yeah, but then eat it up or turn it into like...
You just have to store them so they're not all kissing each other.
Yeah, so we'll store them properly, but...
So if there's something like this...
Show that.
That could maybe spread to other apples, but...
So
we try to eat those ones first.
Yeah, so we'll go through the bag, and then we'll just pick those ones out. We'll either bake with them tonight in our crisp, or eat them first. This whole haul, take a guess. I want you to take a moment. This is Canadian prices also, keep in mind. Take a guess what you think this all costs together. I'm gonna wait. $81.25 for all of this. For a family of 4, so that's $20 a person for this market haul. Now, I still need a few produce items for what we're eating this week. So this isn't our entire grocery bill by any means. That would be really cheap. I'm gonna run to Costco next, and then I have to do a grocery shop. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all here or if I'm gonna do it partly here and partly back in Toronto when we go home tomorrow. So that was our market haul. Interrupting again to let you know about the winners of our t-shirt contest. So just for a little context for those who might not know, we let our audience members submit ideas that we could make for t-shirts for our merch store. And I said that we would pick up to 3 winners and make t-shirts based on their designs, and the winners would get sent a copy of the shirt as well. Well, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is that we couldn't find 3 ideas that we all really liked. The good news is we found 5. So there's 5 winners. Not bad, right? So for those listening in, if you are one of the winners, please email me at pbwithjeremy@gmail.com. I'll put it in the link down in the description below. Please know that if we didn't pick one of your shirts, we might have shortlisted it for another shirt down the line because we did get a lot of ideas that we liked that didn't necessarily make it into our top 5. These are also in no particular order. So the first is Dancing to My Own Beat by Long Little Doggy Garden. The second one is It's Fine by Mother of Crows. The third one, and this was a multiple submission, but we picked the person who submitted it first, which was Lori G, and it is Annie Approved. Another suggestion that had multiple submissions, but we picked the first person that sent it, who was Tina Pitt. If you don't like pickles, we can't be friends. If It's Plant-Based, Smash It in Your Face by Philip from our Mighty Network community. Those shirts are in our merch store right now, so if you're interested in one, check it out. We've got versions that are just straight up t-shirts. We've got V-neck kind of crop toppy thingies, not crop toppies, like shirts for a more female figure. How's that? And we've also got some hoodies in there with these. I'd like to supply all the options for all the saying type shirts because different people like different things. Depending how this goes, and if you all actually decide to buy some of this merch, maybe we'll hold this contest again sometime in the future. Let us know in the comments down below which of these 5 shirts you might be most likely to purchase. All right, back to the video. I've been desperate for a new bowl and plate set for a long time. And I think the reviews on this look good and it's a good price. It's like $50 for a 16-piece set, which is the same set online. Looks like $80. So this will not count as part of our grocery haul. So you're gonna see some new dishes in our videos. Normally we don't buy bread. I usually make my own sourdough, but we can freeze this stuff and it's pretty cheap and the ingredients are actually decent. I was surprised when I looked at them on the back. No, you're not getting giant muffins. Put them back. Yes, that brings back memories of big giant Jeremy. Not getting that today. Sorry, kiddo.
But we're gonna get bagels.
This is the problem with taking a kid shopping with you. Hey, look, they have whole wheat bagels. We're mostly whole food, plant-based, except for when I give in to the kids' teenage demands. They got to come to it on their own. You know what I'm saying? We lead, but they got to make these decisions themselves. Otherwise, they just resent us down the line. We've trained them well. It's a good price. What is it? $7 for 4? They don't have any snap peas. I always get 2 things of bananas because if they start to spot, then they're good for baking things in. We would normally, in the old days, get plant milk. Some of the almond milk here, but now we make our own, don't we, with our milky plant, which I have a discount code for down below. 10% off, pretty good. And he's just here for the samples. I'm gonna get some tortilla chips for next weekend because we're gonna make my 8-layer nacho dip, which recipe is on the website. This is also where we would buy our Beyond Burgers if we were buying them this week because they're super duper cheap. Not a Whole Food. Yeah, those are more for the farm than at home. We'll need them for dinner tonight, I think. And this is where we get our frozen fruit because it's a really, really good price. Also, that mango bag that they have here is one of the few bags you can actually recycle. They used to have cherries here, but they don't have them anymore. So we're gonna get the mangoes and some mixed berries. Yeah, they don't have them anymore, but we got the mixed berries. We're not buying it today, but this is also where we would normally get our almond butter and peanut butter. Ooh, my lentil soup. This is what I have for lunches on days we don't have leftovers. These are one of my new favorite little treats, and they're probably a little oilier than they should be, but they're not bad. Oh, there is vegetable oil, I lied. Anyway, if I'm being a little treaty, this is something I've gotten recently that I quite like on occasion. I don't know if they have it at other Costco's. They just started having it at this one. These are new. Hip peas, it's chickpea puffed snacks. We don't necessarily need more chips at the farm.
Mom said no more chips.
Mommy said no more chips, but these are available if you ever want to get them. We're not buying it this week, but this is also where I have gotten chickpeas before. Lentils, you can get a giant bag at a good price. They don't really have whole grain rice, which sucks. It's all just white rice. But quinoa, ramen noodles we bought in here in this aisle. Ramen, sorry.
Ramen.
Also diced tomatoes, tomato paste. But we are gonna get some tomato sauce today. And they have a chickpea pasta, which we don't really buy, but you can get it here. The tomato sauce I like to get is this organic one. It actually happens to be the cheapest one of all the tomato sauces, and it's the only one that doesn't have oil in it. Costco is easily the cheapest place where you can buy dried fruit and seeds and nuts and all that kind of stuff. We don't need a ton of this week because we already have some from previous visits. No, we don't need the mango. It's $25 for that bag. And it's, yeah, and you guys eat it in a week. It's not good.
It's not me, it's you.
We are low on hemp seeds and flax seeds though, but it's seriously, this is the cheapest place you can get stuff like this. Get some dates. Also, coconut milk, if you like coconut milk. I gotta read more about it because I've read some things recently that kind of trouble me about coconut milk. Best chocolate chips ever, and they're actually vegan. They don't really advertise them as that, but they are. And they have sea salt here at a really good price. Actual real vanilla extract is not super cheap, but here it's crazy low price compared to anywhere else I've seen it. We also get things like baking powder and baking soda here because they're super cheap. Get a 6-pack for a crazy low price. Oh, and he's trying another sample. I don't imagine that's something I can eat. You like these pickles?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Why are they all at the top and
I
they're
don't know.
floating?
It's a good price for a giant jar of pickles. We don't need it today, but they have a crazy good price on apple cider vinegar. I mean, there's a lot of other items here that clearly are vegan friendly that we're not showing, like extra produce, all those stuff like that. But this is the main stuff we buy. I'll let you know at the end what we actually got and how much it costs.
I need this. I don't want to have wrinkles like you.
Thanks, Annie.
You
It's not the
should
years,
look-
it's the mileage.
Look,
All right, what's your guess on how much this is all going to cost?
can I do 250? I get everything over 250. You get everything
Under 250? Yeah, I'm hoping it's under. I mean, this is a lot. It's expensive, probably. But keep in mind, this is not just for this week. Most of this stuff is going to last us up to a month. A lot of these things, especially the chia and the flax, those are the kind of things that we don't only buy probably 2 or 3 times a year. This is the kind of haul we only really have to do every 3 or 4 weeks. And some of it we wouldn't buy every single time. This is more spread out over a month than just a week for a haul. So here's all the stuff we actually bought. We got the bread,
Gluten-free bread.
gluten-free bread, but also the whole wheat Dempster's bread, frozen mango, frozen peas, frozen berries, 4-pack of tofu, some baby carrots. They usually have snap peas. They didn't have them today. Lots of baking staples, flaxseed, chia seed, hemp seed, salt, baking powder, baking soda, pumpkin seeds, chocolate chips, vanilla extract. These things will last us like months. Dates, oats. This is like 4 of those normal things we would buy in the grocery store. So cheap. An oil-free tomato sauce, which is really hard to find in most places. Giant jar of pickles for Annie. Because for those of you that watch the channel, you know it's important to always have a large pickle jar. Toothpaste for after we eat all this stuff. My lentil soup. I know this is for the kids. I bought them crap.
It's my bagels.
This is their bagels. This will be part of their lunches. These are not very oily. They're pretty good as far as like tortilla chips go.
And it shows you how to make a guac on the side.
I already mentioned the first thing. And then my bananas.
Bananas.
Bananas. Let's bounce. So you guessed it would be over 250. I guessed under. Or you made me guess under. Not counting the plates we bought.
You thought it was going to be under.
I hoped it would be under. I always hope it's going to be under. Not counting the plates we bought, the grand total for that haul was $281. So if that was what we bought every week, that would be super expensive. But like
I win.
You won, yeah, great. That's what you took away from this?
But what do I win?
You win nothing. Nothing. Tomorrow I'm going to go grocery shopping back in Toronto at No Frills, and I'll show you what we get there to round out our weekly grocery shop. So just finished our No Frills haul. We didn't need very much, as you're going to see, because most of the stuff we got either at Costco or at the market. We had some extra potatoes at the farm that we paid for months ago that we're gonna use. We got this giant bag for like 10 bucks. Again, seconds, so they're smaller and a little funky. This bag of rice will last us forever, same as these black beans. But we're gonna use these rice noodles in some kind of a stir fry this week. That's in one of the cooking videos we're doing. Same as the water chestnuts and the baby corn. The salsa is used having some kind of a Mexican dish, which is also what we use in the avocado and the limes. I know we make our own vegan yogurt, but sometimes we need to get a new starter when it gets weak. So that's what this one's for. And for quick lunches and dinners and toppings, my son likes these little bologna slices. We haven't made our own in a while. I've been lazy and behind on it. So we do have a recipe on the website and on the channel where you can see us making our own plant-based deli slices, but in a pinch, it's a good choice. And we make our own cheese too, but the Daiya Big Block is kind of our favorite go-to, quick, easy, not exactly a whole food plant-based cheese because it grates really nicely. We actually like this better than the one that's pre-shredded. So this is our haul. And then stay tuned for a second from now when I'll tell you what our full menu for the week and what we're gonna make with all this stuff. One more quick thing, I forgot that this all cost around $49, so pretty good deal. So I would say our grocery shop for this week was, for what we're actually gonna consume this week, was under $200, which is, $50 a person. I'd have to break out and do very specific math, which I'm not gonna do, but that's my ballpark guess. So we got all our groceries from our various places. So now how are we gonna use these things? Well, like I mentioned, most of our breakfasts are gonna be a combination of oats and fruit. So all the fruit we ate are gonna go to that. I didn't make granola this week because I made some last week, but I've got a recipe down below and on the channel here where you can see the granola that I make on a weekly basis that I probably have most days of the week. For the dinners we're gonna make this week, so while we were at the farm still, one night we made just the pesto pasta. No, we were gonna make pesto pasta, but I couldn't find any basil. So we just ended up making a regular pasta, and we added some frozen peas to it, which I got at Costco. So really, really simple and easy. I made a tofu ricotta using the ingredients we had on hand. Last night I made a quiche with a potato rusty crush. Very delicious, very simple. A little time consuming just because it takes a long time for it to bake the crust and then the quiche itself. Not hard to make by any means. It's perfect for an evening or a weekend meal where you're gonna be around. and it's not super involved, but it's just oven time. Some of the other meals we're gonna make this week is a buttered chickpea. I'm gonna make buttered chickpeas, which are super simple. Things that I can usually make with just the staples we have around the house. And then I like to add a vegetable to that. So depending on what we have left in the fridge around that time, I'll either, steam some broccoli or air fry some broccoli. Brussels sprouts would be good with that. And in the worst case, I'll just take some more frozen peas. 2 recipes that I'm making for a cookbook review that we're working on are a taco pie recipe. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. I can't remember what's in it. Another is a stir fry that is like a General So kind of sweet and sour stir fry. So the tofu and some of the vegetables we bought will go into that. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to do what we normally do, which is just make a bowl, which is a great way to use it. Whatever vegetables are left in the fridge. If we have tofu, I might marinate some tofu, or maybe I'll do it in cubes or something special with it. I don't know yet. Depends on how much time and energy I have on the day that I make it. Worst case, I could just cook some beans in the Instant Pot. And then I'll look and see what herbs I have left, what sauces or fats and things I have in the fridge, and I will make some kind of a sauce, ideally one with some healthy fats and some protein in it as well, to go on top of that. So that is what we bought these groceries for. And anything that we have left over from this, I imagine some of that cabbage won't be used. We won't use all of the carrots we bought this week. Some of the peppers we won't use either. We'll design our menu next week with those in mind, so we make sure those get eaten up. Worst case scenario, when you don't know what to make with leftover vegetables you've got, the 3 things that we make would be like a soup or a stew, a stir fry, or just a straight up bowl, because those are really customizable, and you can usually use what you have on hand. If you have some grains, quinoa, brown rice noodles, they're really, really easy to whip up at a moment's notice. And then, you find a quick sauce either on my website or just Google the kind of sauce you're in the mood for and put whole food plant-based in front of it, and you will find no shortage of recipes to inspire you. I hope you enjoyed this haul, grocery, meal planning type video. It's the first time I've done something like this for the channel. A lot of you have been requesting something like this, so I obliged. If you enjoyed it and there's anything you'd like to see if I were to do this again, anything you want me to change up or shift or repeat in a new way, I'll consider doing another one of these videos down the line. Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you like it, hit the like button so YouTube knows to send it to other people. And obviously subscribe if you want more videos like this and you're not already subscribed. That's the one YouTube wants you to watch next. What next? Watch next. I'm sorry, it's so early and I'm just having my coffee with my spoon in it now. It's empty. Clearly this is empty, right? Anyway, watch that video.